Sup? So Francis Ngannou versus Tyson Fury just got announced, and I wanted to make a quick video talking about how the MMA Guru was completely wrong about the situation, and how he was anti-Francis Ngannou. And I'm just gonna make a quick video exposing him. So early on into this video by the Wheelchair Guru, the Guru is talking about how Francis Ngannou would have been better off if he fought John Jones and beat him.
It's a fact. It's not what could have been. He should have gambled the Jones fight, man. Because if he would have beaten Jones, he would have been in the best position ever.
I feel like Francis Ngannou is in the best position ever right now without having to fight John Jones and possibly losing to him too, and still being under the contractual laws of the UFC. He's doing way better. He's making just as much money as he would have been in the UFC fighting cans too. He actually has the freedom to do a boxing fight like he's gonna do. So that's an L take right there. Moving on, his whole chat is basically just talking shit about Francis Ngannou, and he's agreeing to it, mostly only reading Francis Ngannou hates. So here we go right here.
Into irrelevance due to this decision. Yep, he has to prove he is the best heavyweight in the world, and he can't.
Basically, that one chat member was saying that Francis Ngannou is going to fade into irrelevancy, and he's agreeing with it. He's saying, yep. So, I mean, he's clearly wrong. Francis Ngannou is not going to fade into irrelevancy. I mean, everyone's talking about him right now. He's probably the biggest thing that everyone's going to be talking about for the next couple weeks. So moving on, he's predicting low pay-per-view estimates for Francis Ngannou in the PFL, which is a possibility. But let's just say Francis Ngannou knocks out Tyson Fury or beats him in a boxing match. Well, then his PFL numbers are going to go up. And I mean, that's Francis Ngannou's whole thing about betting on himself. He's been betting on himself his whole career, his whole life. I don't see why he wouldn't do it right now. If it pays off, it's going to pay off massively. And if not, he's still making what he would have made in the UFC. So this is not a fumbling of the bag. This is not bad by Ngannou by all means. He's literally doing the best thing possible, which is crazy because when this all first came out, I didn't think this was going to happen. I was actually on the MMA Guru's side. I was thinking he was correct and that Ngannou probably wasn't going to get a boxing fight. But, I mean, here we are. So moving on to 8 minutes and 30 seconds into this video. Right here, I'm going to go ahead and play the clip.
The Rock Johnson type transition into the real world of media. He genuinely could have done that if he pulled it off.
So I don't really know what he's going on about. He's talking about how Francis Ngannou could have been The Rock Johnson if he would have stayed in the UFC and won a couple more fights. I don't believe that at all. I mean, Ngannou can barely speak English, and he seems like real shy whenever he's doing stuff. Like I saw him in the Jackass movie, and I mean, he just seemed real shy. Definitely doesn't have the aura of The Rock Johnson. So I really just don't know what the hell he's talking about. Here, 9 minutes and 55 seconds into this video, he puts up a poll in chat, knowing that the chat's going to agree and say yes to this question.
You is not getting the deal. It's what deal you get, man. These fucking idiots. Maybe, you know what, chat, what would be a good thing is for me and Jesse on Fire to discuss this on his channel. Okay, yeah, let's do a poll.
So, I mean, you see him just Eric Cartman typing right there, just fast, angry. Look at his face. He's clearly angry right now. I don't know why he's so mad at Francis Ngannou getting a bag and making money. I guess it's something that soy people do. I'm not too sure. But moving on later on to this video, 14 minutes in and 10 seconds, we have, he's just comparing some dude's last paycheck against Tyson Fury. To Ngannou if he were to fight him. But I mean, this dude that he's talking about, I've never heard of him in my entire life, and I'm a casual fan, so most casual people have heard of Francis Ngannou, so I'm sure he's gonna make way more money than some no-name person that no one's ever heard of.
Oh, Dillian Wyatt got 7.4 million.
7.4 million on just one fight isn't that bad, and I'm sure Francis Ngannou is going to make double that because he's not some no-name boxer that nobody gives a shit about. And my voice just cracked. Oh well, gonna keep going with the video. Moving on to 15 minutes and 17 seconds into this video. It's the last segment I have for this one video. We have this take.
the MMA media like Ariel Helwani using this Ngannou situation to say, look, other UFC fighters, you guys could do it too. Like Ngannou isn't like the heavyweight champ of the world.
I mean, Ben Askren, Anderson Silva, Tyron Woodley, Nate Diaz, they're all in boxing or have done boxing, and they've made some pretty good checks. Ben Askren said him fighting Jake Paul was more than he ever made in the UFC, and he was not nowhere near a champion of any type. So another wrong take by the Guru, and I'm just here exposing him, man. I'm exposing him pretty bad right now. So here in this next video that he uploaded himself about a month ago, it's just more coping and soy raging from him. Let me show you what I'm talking about in this first clip.
Sounds like 9 million, and they're going to be going crazy over it.
First of all, I don't know what the hell he's doing right there. Like, what's going on? Is he spazzing out?
Going to fight John Jones for just shy of 10 million, like PFL is offering him. So he's going to be fighting for pretty much the same amount, maybe. Shy of 10 million, shy of 8 figures. So it's towards the...
Yeah, he's going to fight for PFL as much as he would have made fighting Jones under the strict contract rules of the UFC, but he's doing it for the PFL where he now has freedom to box Tyson Fury. I don't understand what he's upset about and what he's soy autistically spazzing out about right now. Like, I don't get it. He's wrong. But moving on to 4 minutes and 20 seconds into this video, let me just play the clip.
Just shy of 8-figure deals with the PFL that don't even start until 2024. And listen to this, man. It's a 2 or 3 fight deal. It's a 2 or 3 fight deal, man. Why are we cheering this?
Look at how he's acting at someone making like $10 million and having the freedom of what they want. Look how pissed off he is. I mean, this is the definition of a soy human being right here.
Set himself up to where if it's a 2-fight deal, the extent of his PFL contract is probably 18 million. The extent of his PFL contract, if it's a 3-fight deal, is 27 million.
$27 million. That is more than most UFC fighters have ever even touched in their entire career. You can put like 10 UFC legends and they have not made $27 million. $27 million in the UFC does not come. If it takes 3 years, if it takes 4 years for Ngannou to get it from the PFL, that doesn't matter. $27 million is insane, and that's not a bag fumbled, like the title of his video says. So moving on to 5 minutes and 24 seconds into this video.
Or Ante Deliha is going to be like 20k pay-per-view buyers, maybe 30k, at a push, 50,000 pay-per-view buyers.
And he's just basically going on about how Francis Ngannou's PFL numbers are going to be extremely low after the boxing fight. But let's just say Ngannou wins. I mean, his numbers are going to be extremely high. He's going to be a big star. So, I mean, he's just betting on himself, which there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with taking risk and betting on yourself, which I don't think the Guru understands. I think he thinks that everyone should take the most easiest route in life. And if you're not taking the easiest route, then you're an idiot. But moving on to 8 minutes and 30 seconds into this video.
What's looking like is going on in the heavyweight division right now is that we're not going to see Ngannou fight.
We are going to see Ngannou fight. Just got announced today.
Any of the big names because of the situations going on. There's a bunch of big fights at the top of boxing at heavyweight that need to happen. And I'm telling you,
and turns out that Ngannou versus Fury was one of them in Saudi Arabia, where they probably will make the most money possible. So yeah, pretty L take right there. Moving on though, 12 minutes and 35 seconds. I'm almost done with this video.
If you don't think this, I don't know what to say. The UFC, if you don't think there's a reason why we don't know when Jones is coming back or don't know when McGregor's coming back, you're just silly.
No, I think you're just silly to think that the UFC is holding John Jones and Conor McGregor's announcement just for Francis Ngannou and his boxing fight announcement. It's ridiculous. The reason why Conor McGregor's fight hasn't been announced is because they rushed that, obviously. That whole Ultimate Fighter, Michael Chandler fight was clearly rushed. They weren't ready. They just needed to get some clicks, which they did. but we have no idea if that fight's even going to happen. And John Jones, Dana said multiple times that John Jones just goes AWOL on him and doesn't speak to him for a couple months at a time. And it just got announced, John Jones versus Stipe, which is going to be in November. And I mean, people aren't really excited about it. I've been seeing a lot of people pretty upset about John Jones fighting Stipe, saying that's not going to be an interesting fight. And I'm seeing everybody so far super hyped about Ngannou versus Fury. So another L take right there, bud. This is going to be the last clip I'm going to play of this video, and the last thing I'm going to talk about on this topic before I go. 17 minutes and 54 seconds in.
Maybe hundreds of views. This could pay off. Don't think it will. Don't think it.
It paid off. I mean, he says, I don't think it will. Who cares what a fat dude like the MMA Guru has to say? It paid off for Ngannou. He's making as much money as he would have made in the UFC without having to work for a turd like Dana White. And he's doing whatever he wants, like fighting Tyson Fury in Saudi Arabia. I mean, there's no way possible he fumbled the bag. And yeah, I just exposed the MMA Guru. So thanks for watching.